making some fazools. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and there is no better way to start the week than securing the best player on your team. Securing your franchise quarterback before going into the draft. And that's just what happened as the Eagles have finally signed Jalen Hurts to an extension. And this is huge. Not only is he getting a lot of fazools, he's the highest paid player in NFL history. Holy crap! But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support you give to me. I was just about to head to work, head out for the day, not really going to come home till lunch, but I was getting ready to come out, and then boom, breaking news. Jalen Hurts signs an extension. Here's what Adam Schefter wrote. Eagles and Jalen Hurts reached an agreement on a 5-year, $255 million extension, including $179.3 million guaranteed per source. Hurts becomes the highest paid player in NFL history in a deal negotiated by Nicole Lynn of Clutch Sports Group and Eagles GM Howie Roseman. Highest paid player in NFL history. And it gets better. It even gets better. Get this. And if you want to talk about commitment to the team, man, and being with it, Jalen Hurts' 5-year contract extension includes a no-trade clause. That's right. The Eagles can't just Carson Wentz him. You can't woogie him. There's a no-trade clause. A first in Eagles history per source. Now, where does this contract's mega, right? Mike Kliss wrote this. NFL Network reported the record deal for Jalen Hurts. Russell Wilson, now third highest paid NFL player in new money. Hurts, and here you see $51 million a year. Rodgers, 50.3, Wilson, 48.5, Watson, 46, Mahomes, 45, Allen, 43, Jones, Stafford, Prescott, $40 million. Isn't it interesting? Now you look at Mahomes and you say, yeah, that's a bargain. That's a bargain. Josh Allen, $43 million. That's a bargain. And in a few years, we're going to say, Hurts, $51 million. That's a bargain. Right now, it's a lot of money. But the Eagles got it done before they got Burrow done. They got it done before they got Herbert done. They got it done before they got Lamar Jackson done. So, to me, that's the most important thing is every time one of those other quarterbacks like Herbert or Burrow or those guys get an extension, it's actually going to cost the Eagles more money. So the Eagles get it done. Now, we had reports about a 10-year contract, and the details of the agreement at this point in time are not disclosed. So we don't know, how they, how it's set up to help the Eagles with cap space and things like that. That's what I'm going to be curious to see. When does the extension actually kick in 2024? So that we'll have to see. But the Eagles had to give Jalen Hurts an extension, okay? If we go back a year ago today, right, we were talking about Jalen Hurts. First of all, there were rumors about the Eagles pursuing possibly other quarterbacks. They've got multiple first-round picks because if it doesn't work out with Jalen Hurts, then they're going to have to trade up for quarterback. This is what we were talking about. And Jalen Hurts went out and literally did everything you could ask a guy to do. Okay, he improved in the passing game. He was the team leader. He carried his team to a Super Bowl. There's nothing that this kid, in my opinion, didn't do. Did they win the Super Bowl at the end? No. You give that guy one more series, he's winning it. Jalen Hurts deserves the contract. He deserves it. He's better than all these other quarterbacks. And it's about time that now people are going to start finally seeing, and not an Eagle fan, I'm not talking about Eagle fans, but around the league, now when they look and they see the highest paid quarterbacks, they're going to know Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he deserves it. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know why I would do that. That is a lot of money. But some quarterbacks like maybe Woogie, right? Carson Wentz with the last contract, it didn't work out so good. I think Jalen Hurts is different. I think Jalen Hurts really wants to win. He really wants to be great. It's not all about money with him. There's a lot of players that once they get paid, once they get that straddle, they're good to go. And you see it in kind of the way that they operate. And listen, Carson Wentz got a huge contract after an injury, and it just did not work out. I always get text when I'm talking, but it's probably about Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts had to get this. They had to get this deal done. We really didn't know when this deal was going to get done. It seemed like maybe it was going to be closer or maybe after the draft, but we knew it had to get done, and I give the Eagles a lot of credit for doing it now. If you would have waited, if you would have had Burrow sign his contract, and then Herbert, if you signed these other guys, it's only going to cost you more and more money. I really am curious to see how it's set up so that the Eagles can, use the cap, because I'm sure Jalen Hurts wants the Eagles to put out a competitive team year in and year out. I'm sure he wants that. And then we're talking about a 5-year extension, right? And the extension will kick in most likely 2024. So now you have to make sure for those 5 or 6 years that you're putting good players around him. You're putting that team in a position to win Super Bowls. I expect Jalen Hurts and the Eagles to get the job done. I think he's going to go back and win Super Bowls. I definitely do. I think it's all ready to go. But now you have to build in front of him. Now you have to make sure the pieces around him are all good. You want that offense to be as scary as possible. You have to have the offensive line for him. You have to have the wide receivers for him. You have to have the tight end for him. And you have to have the running back for him. All right? You have to. And to me, this signing, the fact that the Eagles did it now, they did it right now, to me is a great indication that there's a real possibility that the Eagles are going to land Bijan Robinson. Maybe not at the 10th pick overall, but maybe later in the draft, like later in the first round. Why not? Why would you not want to get a weapon, another insurance policy, somebody to go along with Hurts? You were paying this man $51 million a year. You better protect him. You better have weapons for him. You better have players around him. You can't have players rotating in like musical chairs year in and year out. Not when you're dealing with a quarterback that is so valuable and so important to your franchise. So to me, the fact that Jalen Hurts signed this contract, the way I see it, this is just the beginning on offense. I think the Eagles are going to go in this draft and they're going to bolster their offense. Bolster your line where you can bolster your line. Upgrade your running back position. Make sure there are no weaknesses around your quarterback. Make sure that you're going to get every cent that he's worth because you got good players around him. This is a great situation. Do you realize if the Eagles were to take, let's say, Bijan Robinson in the first round, he would be on a 5-year deal. This would cover all 5 years of Jalen Hurts' extension. So for the life of this contract for Jalen Hurts, you would have a bona fide stud running back making only $4 million a year. Now, in a few years when Devontae Smith is up for extension, sign him. Now, when A.J. Brown is up for an extension, sign him. So, these are the things that Howie Roseman has to think about. Jalen Hurts deserved it. There is no question about it. I could not be happier for Jalen Hurts. I'm happy for the Eagles. I'm happy for the fan base. I think it's exactly what the Eagles had to do. You cannot not sign this guy, and you cannot not wait, because if you wait, then you know what? It's only going to cost you more money. Jalen Hurts deserved every cent of it, and I couldn't be happier for the guy. And what I expect from Jalen Hurts, as I said, I expect Super Bowls. I expect this team to go out and win, and I want this team to go out and win next year. And I think that the draft coming up with him signing, now the fact that his signing is out of the way, that we can go and focus on the draft and not to worry about Jalen Hurts' contract hanging overhead. We can figure out if we can go after guys like Buda Baker, if those reports are true. We don't know. Or you could go after a running back like Bijan Robinson, or, whatever else you want to do. Do you want to take a Paris Johnson Jr. or somebody like that? I think it's very important to just not say, hey, our defense, we lost the players of defense. Let's just focus on defense. You've got to always focus around what what Jalen Hurts has around him. You have to give him stability at all positions. That's what we need. We need stability all positions. Right guard and also running back. Those are two positions that are not, in my opinion, stable over the next 3, 4, 5 years during his contract. That can all change during the draft, and I expect it all to change during the draft. But Jalen Hurts deserves every cent of it. He's the best quarterback in the NFC. He's the best quarterback in the division, and I think he's at least top 3 to 4 quarterback, top 5, we'll say, top 5 quarterback in this league, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. The best is yet to come. Jalen Hurts deserves it. Could not be happier for him. We will be talking more about this, especially once we get more details of this signing. Other than that, I'm late for work. I better go before I get fired. I get still canned, and then I'm not going to have any fuzzles. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. So the Eagles have his rights, Jalen Hurts' rights, through 2028. That's a beautiful thing. And did you know this is the first no trade clause the Eagles have ever done? First no trade clause. And I love the fact that there's a no trade clause. It tells you Jalen Hurts doesn't just want to go to some crap organization, doesn't just want to leave Philly. He's here. He's our guy. He bleeds green. And I'm 100,000% behind this signing, behind this move. I'm glad Jalen Hurts has signed and is our quarterback for years to come. We are a lucky, lucky fan base. Denzel Washington out.